Okay, so today we're down at JetBlue Park in Fort Myers, Florida. So we went to Orioles spring training in Sarasota a couple days ago, and now we are down in Fort Myers. We are from Boston if you watch our channel, so I grew up a huge Red Sox fan. Not as big a fan anymore, but my son still likes them, so we wanted to come down and check it out. So we just got onto the side fields and they're starting off with some flips here, so just doing some loosening up. Just going to film a couple of guys here. So you can see some of them have these catapults on there. You can see it kind of wrapped around their chest. That's just measuring how many steps they're taking, how fast they're moving throughout the day. A lot of players out here have them on. We have a TrackMan inside the cage to measure everything as well. So still just getting guys loose. Again, that TrackMan is going to measure a bunch of stuff, but it's going to let you know how hard the balls hit, spin type on it. It's going to give you a spray chart, what part of the field they're hitting it to, launch angle, all that stuff. Now they've progressed onto the machine. So they started off with flips, and now they're going machine. And this is not batting practice. I just went and stood behind the cage. So the ball's coming out at a pretty good velo, but it's also moving, and I can't tell if every pitch is a little bit different. So I believe this machine has the ability to switch up pitches. It's a little bit tough to tell, but it does seem like some are a little bit faster than others. And there's a good look here at the TrackMan. You can see it's on every single field. So every side field here, every practice field has a TrackMan set up on it. So they're able to gather data on every single swing that's taken throughout practice, which is pretty cool. You can see these guys aren't just hammering every single ball. There's some swings and, well, not swings and misses, but there's some foul balls. So it is challenging. It's not your typical batting practice. So this is interesting, being able to compare the Orioles spring training to the Red Sox. And again, we only saw one day of Orioles spring training, but a lot more use of machines out here so far. We've seen infielders on one field. I'm going to go film them again in a second, but we've seen some infielders, outfielders using machines. We've got a lot of hitters using machines. We have seen some BP as well, normal BP. So a little bit of a mix of both going on. All right, so now we've got this live game. So no defenses on the field, but we've got a pitcher. We've got Bobby Dahlbach up right now, I believe. We've got the TrackMan again. Really good view here. And so we've got big leaguers on some fields. We've got some minor leaguers. The ball hit right back up the middle. And now here's Tyler O'Neill. And he is humongous, by the way. Huge. His arms, he looks like a bodybuilder up there. He is a bodybuilder. But we were able to stand like pretty much a foot away from him, and it's amazing how big he is in person. Not tall, but just huge. This is the coolest part about spring training, being able to get this close to players. There's a fly ball there to center field that would be caught in the game. Here's Duran, who's another huge guy. I was actually surprised. I've never, stood near him. There's a swing and a miss right there. But he is humongous. I can't believe how big he is. He's tall. His arms are huge. And probably the craziest part, looks like we're going to switch up here. So here's some fly balls right here. There's using the machine, communication, having guys go after it, using first baseman, second baseman, right fielder in this drill, just communicating loud. The craziest part about spring training or about watching these guys is the difference in size between the big leaguers and the minor leaguers. It's drastic. So now they just stopped doing some pop-ups, and now they're working on some slow rollers here. So just fungoing some balls to the infielders. They're coming in, fielding the ball, throw it to first. So I just want to just finish up on my last thought. The difference between the size of major leaguers and minor leaguers is incredible. That's the biggest difference. Not every big leaguer, but yeah, I would say pretty much every big leaguer actually that we've seen has been huge. Even guys that don't look big in TV, they are huge. And the minor leaguers, for the most part, are much, much, much smaller. All right, so now we've progressed on to double play footwork. So again, coming out of the machine, they've got 3 cones set up out there. And so they're just starting the infielders in different positions. So they'll start them, up the middle for a couple, then they'll move them a little bit more towards normal double play depth, and they'll slide them over a little bit more. So they're just using different starting positions to work on, how are we going to approach this ball? How are we going to flip it? Do we need to flip it, or do we need the sidearm feed it uphill? But they've been getting a ton of reps, again, with the machine, a lot of machine work out here. And now we're just working some throws to first base. So a lot of reps. There's one ball that's missed. A lot of reps again, a lot off the machine, a lot of controlled type stuff. Seems like today is just a day to work on some fundamentals. They've had a coach out with them, working with them. And they move pretty quickly from one station to the next. Here we've got, I've actually got this machine at home. We use this a lot at our Antonelli baseball practices, so just working on some more controlled environment stuff. So you're just working on kind of timing up their left foot, fielding it one-handed. And now we've got a little coach flipping. I didn't catch the beginning. They were hitting it hard, and now it's kind of slow rollers again. And now they're just mixing it up, so they're not telling them if they're hitting it slow or not. There's another slow one. So overall, and awesome. Here's a cool sign right here of Ted Williams. We're going to learn how to do 2 things. We're going to hit it hard, and we're going to hit it in the air. So kind of cool sign right outside of the batting cage. So one of the cool parts about being able to come to this camp is that Juan Rivera, who coached at Antonelli baseball for a long time, ended up getting hired to be a coach with the Red Sox. And so he still does part-time stuff with us in the winter, but during the spring and summer, he's coaching a minor league team with the Red Sox. So one of the reasons that we wanted to come down was to say hello to him. So he was able to show us around, show us in the cages. This is a sign leading into the cage, which is really cool. So they've got a ton of really cool stuff. A lot of machine work, a lot of angle toss. They've got hit tracks at every tunnel. They've got blast motion on their bats. They've got all this data and info. It's just really, really impressive. It's so different than when I was playing. There's so much more technology in the game, and they're utilizing pretty much every single thing they can. So really cool to be able to see how they go about their business. And it's also cool because we do a lot of similar stuff in Antonelli baseball, which is some of those ideas I've gotten just from seeing other coaches, but then also obviously talking to Juan a lot about what they're doing with their training protocols and stuff like that with the Red Sox. So awesome trip. Hopefully you guys enjoyed getting a little sneak peek behind the scenes. And we're actually headed up to North Carolina to watch Wake Forest play. So we're going to take a drive up, head back home. We're going to stop by, watch a few games there. So maybe I'll film some of their facilities, some of their game there, and show you guys soon. So that's all we got. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.